feel the need to seed. Welcome back to Lake Acres. Man, it is a gorgeous day out here today. I think it's gonna be a high of 71 today. Finally shorts weather, loving it. Well, today is the day we are finally planting. Let me show you what kind of seeds I got. All right, this is the two brands that I went with last year, and I really liked them, had good luck with them, so figured I'd go with them again. They're both Roundup ready, which is awesome. I'll just be able to come through in about, I don't know, maybe a few weeks and spray it down, kill everything off except for the corn. All right, so the first one we got here is, it's called Anthem XR2. I think you can see that. This is a 73-day variety. And then the other one here is an Obsession 2. And this is an 81-day variety. And I planted both of these at the same time last year. So I was able to start harvesting this one, and then about a week later I started on this one, which worked out perfectly. And each of those bags has 2,500 seeds, so 5,000 seeds total, which I think this year is gonna be the sweet spot, because last year I planted 10,000 seeds and I think I sold about 3,000 ears or a little more. So if I sell out of all these, that'll be a good year. I won't be sad that I didn't have more to sell. And then next year, I'll just plant some more. But all we really have to do now is bring the tractor and the planter down to the water, fill up the water tank on the planter, and we'll be ready to go. Well, I see my bucket got washed ashore, probably from those high winds yesterday. I'm gonna have to throw that back out. Hope this doesn't lose my prime. No, you can sink down right there. You don't need to come back to shore. That's a pretty good spot. Hopefully it'll stay there now. Well, I hope we don't have to reprime this. Well, the ants aren't crawling all over me yet, so that's good. All right. Here we go. Or not. Take 2. 2.5. Wow, that's quite a fountain. I gotta show you. Hitting some pretty good distance. Probably 25 feet up there. hole in that hose is kind of making problems. Spraying water over here. Hopefully that water won't get you over here. Definitely losing some water pressure from that hole. Dead battery. All right, let's see what kind of progress we're making here. Not much. That spray is a little inconvenient with my electronics right here. Yeah, I'm really losing a lot of water flow with that leak. I think next time I go to the town near here, I'm gonna have to pick up another one of those at Harbor Freight. We're about halfway there, maybe? Yeah, we're about halfway there. Trying to determine what I want to do. My little system that I have rigged up here. I was thinking the flow was too much when I first set this all up. When it comes out of the little nozzle here in the in-furrow, forget what you call it, compactor, has that little nozzle coming out. The flow was a little too much when I set this all up, because originally I had been running a liquid fertilizer from what is it, AGA? I can't remember. Advanced Eco Agri System. I can't remember what they're called. But it was like a liquid fertilizer. I was putting that in there plus water. I think there was something else too, I'm forgetting. But I was running that, and I didn't want to like spray out too much because I would be basically wasting it at that point. So I put this little bypass system in here. So it was basically, half the flow would go in here, the other half would go there. And that was working pretty good for the fertilizer system, but now I'm just gonna be running water this year. So I'm thinking I might just take a vice grip or something like that and just pinch this off for the most part, so I don't have to like bypass most of the flow. Well, I want as much water to come out in furrow as I can, because it's been really dry, and there is some rain in the forecast, but I think I'd like as much water as I can to be put down, so I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, we're almost full here. If you have ever used one of these, it doesn't really matter, Fimco or any of the other brands, but these type of sprayers, have you ever got the plug to fully seal and not leak? Every one of these I've ever had, the plug just sits and leaks, no matter how hard you screw it on, so it's kind of annoying. Water is no big deal, but if you have liquid fertilizer in there, you don't really want it going other places than where you want it to. If I remember correctly, this pump can do 1 gallon per minute, and this is a 15-gallon tank, so almost there. Oh, it's gorgeous out here today. It's a good day to play hooky from work. All right, there's full. So this is the other part of the system when the cap goes on. Then this would slide on to this barbed hose here, and then it would just get, as it would come out the pump here, it would backflow back into the cap, into the tank, and then the other part would go down to the nozzle. I was getting roughly half the flow, or probably more coming out of here since the hose is bigger, but yeah, it worked pretty good. Let's roll. I was a little concerned with how strong those winds were yesterday, that these rows would be blown over, but I can still see the tracks, so we can still work with that. Good thing I didn't really need my row markers, but nothing wrong with a little insurance policy. See, there's a red flag warning. Guess I won't be starting any fires today. All right. I think the first thing I'm going to do, though, I'm going to kind of calibrate this planter, make sure it's hitting the right depth, everything's sitting level and all that good stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. That thing is about as tight as I can get it. Frustrating. Well, those control arms are looking nice and parallel. That front plate is looking nice and plumb. So that's sitting well. Oh yeah, those got good pressure, almost maybe a little too much pressure. It probably could be less pressure on those depth gauge wheels, but I mean, as long as it's hitting the proper depth. But I like to see that, because other years have been really hard to hit proper depth, so it's nice to see that it's being able to hit that no problem now. The closing wheels are a little off, but I tried to adjust that this spring and I just could not move them anymore that way. I don't know if things are bent or what the deal is, but I mean, it should work. I mean, it has been working, so I'm not going to nitpick that. But I am glad to see that it's being pushed down to its proper depth now. All right, I think we are actually ready to go. I'm gonna throw some seeds in there and get cracking. There's a tiny little spider over here. It's like the size of a tick. You're gonna wanna move, little guy. All right, first ones going in are the 73 day. So that'll be the closest to the highway. That'll be the ones that I'll want people to pick first. Did buy some graphite one year, but I don't know what happened to it. Don't really need it, but can't hurt anything. All right, Anthem XR2 first. Got some curious bumblebees around me. You want corn, you're gonna have to wait about 2.5 months. suppose before I start running over these rows, I should move my little stick markers. They did their job valiantly. Actually, we have a bit of a crisis on our hands. The planter, when I engaged the drive mechanism, started binding up in there for some reason. So I need to figure out what's going on, or we might not be planting today. Well, I hope I have all the tools I need out here. Let's see. Plane in the sky over there almost sounds like it was running out of gas. That wouldn't be good. Which I think this is actually standard. Yeah, I don't know what could be binding in there. I cleaned this up and made sure it was, working smoothly this early spring, and there was nothing wrong. Just all of a sudden didn't want to start turning. What the heck? I could see some of the fingers in there are backwards. Shoot. Those got a nut on the backside. These are a little overkill, but I don't really have much out here. One thing I've learned with farming, there's always something. And I'm doing it on a very, 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 very small scale. Couldn't imagine doing this on 2,500 acres and 10 times the machinery. Oh. Okay. Well, that would be a problem. Can you see that? Oh, so one of the finger pickups is like busted off, and now it's inside of there. How the heck did that happen? Oh boy, I don't know if I got the tools for that. think I need a new cotter pin. This one's seen better days. It's a little bent up. Well, let's see what we got going here. Oof. That's not good. Shoot. Well, I don't think I'm planting right now. You can see this. That finger pickup must have somehow jumped the track on that little inner ramp. And somehow, I don't know if that's, yeah, it broke out of there. And it's all mangled. Damn. Yeah, it's just busted. No good. I guess I'm not planting today. Damn. I don't know how long it's going to take to get replacement parts for that, but I am definitely down for at least a week or two. I have to run to my local John Deere dealer and see what they can do for me, but yeah, I'm going to be down for at least a week or two. Well, I guess I'm a liar. I'm not planting today. I promised I would, but I guess I'm breaking that promise. So, I don't know. Not sure if I should just cut this video short and start a new one when the parts come in, or just continue, but if there's more left to this video after this section right here, you'll know what my decision was. Hopefully I'll just continue it in this video. If not, see you in the next video.